Hi, welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we will continue for About section and we will apply style to the part 2 of About section. Let us get back to the code editor. In last lecture, we wrote this HTML markup for part 2 of About section. And this is its current view without CSS. In this particular lecture, we will style part 2 of About section. Let us get started. I'm going to style.css file and I'll scroll down and I'll add comment for part 2 of About section. Okay, let us start writing CSS for these three columns. We have these three columns: the mission, vision, and passion. Before I start styling these columns, we have to look at HTML markup. I'm going to index.html file. Okay, for part 2 of About section, we have created this main wrapper. And the ID for this main wrapper is about-02. If we look at wireframe, we have to set a light gray background for part 2 of About section. So the very first thing I want to do is to set background color for this main wrapper. I'm going back to style.css. Now I am going to select main wrapper for part 2 of About section. I am going to select part 2 of About section with its ID, and the ID value is about-02. And I want to set the background color, and the color I want to set is this white smoke color. And the hexa value for this white smoke color is F4, F4 and F4. Let us set this white smoke color as background color for part 2 of About section. I'm going to set white smoke color as background for this part 2 of About section. And the hexa value for white smoke color is #F4, F4, F4. Now we have white smoke background color for part 2 of About section, which makes a very good difference between the backgrounds of part 1 and part 2. Next, I want to put some top and bottom spaces for this section, and for that I have added medium content box. Let me show you. As you see, I have created a medium content box for part 2 of About section, and by using this div we can adjust the layout and we can create some white spaces around this section. For content boxes, I have created separate section inside style.css. This one. And we will add all of our classes related to boxes under this comment. Okay, let us create medium box. I am going to create a class, and the class is content-box-md, which means medium. This is going to be medium content box class. And we will set top and bottom spaces which will be less than the large box. I am going to set the padding, and the top and bottom values are 100 pixels and left and right is 0 pixels. Now you can see in live preview it has created a nice 100 pixels top and bottom spaces. Perfect. Now let us apply style to these columns, to these boxes. For these three columns, I have created a generic class, and the class is this about-item class. We have same class for all these three columns. This is first about item. This is second about item, and this is third about item. Now by using this single class, we will apply CSS to all these three columns, to all these about items. Let us create this about item class inside style.css. I am going to create a class. I write dot, and then I write the name of the class, and the name of the class is about-item. Now you can see these items are highlighted in live preview, and now we can apply CSS to them easily. The very first thing I want to set is background color. And the background color for these three columns should be white. Now we have white background color for these items. Next, I want to create some internal spacing for these boxes. I'm going to use padding for internal spacing, and padding values are top and bottom with 80 pixels and left and right with 30 pixels. And it just created nice internal spacing for these boxes. Perfect. Now I'm going to give a shadow effect to these boxes. To give shadow effect, I'm going to use CSS box shadow property. This is CSS box shadow property and it will help us to create shadows for these boxes. And now I'm going to set values for this box shadow property, and the values are: first I'm going to define the position for horizontal shadow, which is 0. Now I'm going to define position for vertical shadow, which is also 0. Now I'm going to define the blur value, and for now I'll set it to 100 pixels. This will be blur distance. And now I'm going to set the shadow color, and for shadow color I'm going to use black color, and to set black color I will use RGB value, and the values for black colors are 0, 0, 0. Now we have shadows for these boxes. I know these shadows are not good looking at the moment, but let us make them good looking. First I'll reduce the blur value. Let me set the blur value with 30 pixels. Okay, it is still too much. Let me set the blur value with 10 pixels. Okay, it is fine. Now what we have to do next, we have to just adjust the opacity of black color. I'm going to add alpha value for this RGB value, and now it is RGBA, and the alpha value is, let us set 0.9. Okay, it is still too much. Let me set 0.5. Sorry, it should be 0.5. Okay, it is still too much. Let me refresh this web page so we can get rid of these blue highlights. Okay, it is still too much. If I set it with 0.2, okay, not looking fine. If I set it with 0.1, 0.1. Okay, now it looks perfect. And now we have nice looking shadows for these boxes. Now let us make sure this box shadow property works in all major browsers. I'm going to select this box shadow property, and I'm going to edit menu, and I'll select auto prefix selection, and you can see it just added browser vendor prefix for this box shadow property. By now you are very well familiar that what is the purpose of browser vendor prefix, since we have been adding browser vendor prefix in past couple of lectures. Now let us go inside each box and style the icon, heading, line and paragraph. First let us have a look at HTML markup for these elements. Okay, we have about hyphen item wrapper, and inside this wrapper we have an icon, h3, hr and p element. Let us start styling these elements. Now I'm going to style the icon element. I'm going to select icon like this way. We have about hyphen item div, and inside this we have I element. Now you can see that all the icons are highlighted in live preview. The very first thing I want to do is to increase the size for these icons, and we can increase the size of these icons by using font size property, and the font size value is 42 pixels. Now you can see that the icons are in bigger size. Next, let me make sure that there is no space around these icons, and for that I'm going to set the margin with 0 value. It will make sure that there is no outside space for these icons. If you notice, color of these icons, headings and paragraphs is already gray, and this is because of body color. If you remember, we have set gray color For body element, let me show you again. As you can see that we have set a gray color for body element, and it is automatically being applied to all the elements which come inside body element. Okay, now we have an icons style on place. Now let us style the heading below icon. I'm going to select these headings like this way. I have a div with class about-item, and inside this I have h3 element. And now you can see that all these headings are highlighted. Okay, I want to increase the font size for these headings. And the font size value should be 45 pixels. Sorry, it is too big. 30 pixels. Nope. It should be 24 pixels. Okay, I will go with 24 pixels. Below these headings, I want to create some space, and we can use margin bottom value. And the margin bottom is 50 pixels. It is too much. 40 pixels. No, I think it should be 10 pixels. Okay, it looks fine. And now we have bottom margin for these headings. Okay, now let us style the line below these headings. And for line we used HTML HR tag. Yes, we used HTML HR tag. Let us style this HR tag. I'm going to select HR tag like this way. I have a div with about-item class, and inside this div I have HR tag. And now you can see that all the lines are highlighted in live preview. Okay, now I'm going to set width and height properties for these lines. First I'm going to set the width property, and the width value is 45 pixels. And now they have 45 pixels width. Next I'm going to set the height property, and the height value is just 3 pixels. And now they have 3 pixels height. Now these lines have proper width and height. Let us set the background color for these lines so we can see it clearly. I'm going to set background color for these lines. And I'm going to use moon yellow color, and the hexa value for moon yellow color is #F4C613. And now they have yellow moon color. Perfect. Next, there seems some margin around these lines, and I'm going to remove these margins. And the margin values are top and bottom with 0, left and right with auto. And this auto value will also make sure that this line will always stay in the center of this box. Next, I'm going to set the border for these lines to be none. It will ensure that there is no border for these lines. Before I set the border value to none, let me show you the border for these lines. If I try to set the border color with red, you can clearly see there is border for these lines, and we need to get rid for these borders. So therefore I am going to set the border value with none. And now the borders are gone for these lines. Okay, I will move forward, and now I will apply CSS to these headings. I am going to select these headings. And now you can see that these headings are selected in live preview. The only thing I want to do is to create some top space for these paragraphs, and for top spacing we can use margin top value, and I want to create 20 pixel space. Perfect. Now we have some top space for these paragraphs. Perfect. I will go ahead and I'll save my style.css. Okay, this lecture is taking too long and I'll stop here. We are not yet done with styling for part 2 of about section. I will continue by next lecture, and we will finish styling for these boxes in next lecture. See you in next class. Thanks.